Well, I think probably this, and how overweight are we talking about?
Probably like maybe 100 pounds.
Well, 100-pound overweight? Probably a lot of those people don't take responsibility for their weight gain. You know, it's very helpful and useful for them to blame somebody or something else. You know, and medically they want me to tell them it's something wrong with their metabolism or their thyroid or their sugar or something. But, you know, nobody gets to be 100 pounds overweight overnight. The tragedy is that you become overweight 1 pound at a time, 5 pounds at a time, 10 pounds at a time. If you look at the studies that people have done of successful weight loss and how to keep it off, and I've been a physician for over 33 years, and I've paid close attention because I'm looking to find out what the magic pill or the magic formula is, and there isn't one. The people that lose weight take in less calories than their body is burning, and, you know, that's the secret. You can do it in a couple of ways. You can cut down what you're eating. You can increase your activity. The problem is most people have an incorrect idea of how many calories that they're taking in when they're eating and an incorrect idea of how many calories they're burning when they're exercising. I'm a big calorie fan, you know, just because that's the bottom line. Just count your calories that are going in and count the calories that are going out. And if you say, my weight's stable, then however many calories, if you've been monitoring what you've been eating honestly, and that includes sips of drinks, and that includes tastings of sauce when you're cooking, and that includes, you know, something that you pick. Oh, you know, you walk by and there's a bowl that has, you know, pretzels in it, and you grab a few, you know, every single thing, you write down what you've eaten and the calories from it, and then you look at that number, whatever that number is. If your weight's stable, that's how many calories your body takes to stay at that weight. Mm-hmm. If you want to lose weight, you got to eat less than that. And you have to tally up 3,500 calories less to equal 1 pound of fat. I know you exercise. You stand up, you get on your treadmill, and you're keeping it at a nice pace. You know, not horrible pace, but a nice pace that's, you know, you're getting short of breath and all this kind of stuff. And you do it for half an hour. How many calories do you burn?
Probably around maybe 150, 200.
Okay, that's basically a slice of toast with a little bit of peanut butter on it. Mm-hmm. Most people will only burn about 100. You know, mm-hmm. they're not revving it up at your pace. Mm-hmm. That's one slice of toast with nothing on it. The problem is they're eating more than what their body needs. The set point that your body has of metabolism is something that you've inherited, has a lot to do with your, you know, what you're eating and your physical activity level. But I know I've told you this before, the bottom line is human beings were developed on this planet millions of years ago to survive on very little calories because there weren't very many calories out there. You know, there's very lean game meat, which primitive people weren't able to get in large quantities, and there's roots and berries, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So if you start deviating from the diet of what our bodies were developed for, it's very easy to gain weight. Now, the paleo diet was actually the diet that I briefly alluded to with regard to eating lean meat, game, you know, which is game meat, mm-hmm. and having fruits and veggies, or roots and berries, because that's what Paleolithic man or caveman ate. I always get a kick out of it when I ask patients what cavemen ate, and they say, oh, they ate meat. And I'm sitting there thinking, how much meat do you think a caveman's going to bring down with a handheld spear and a bow and arrow made from twine and a twig? The answer is not a lot. Mm-hmm. It requires a lot. You have to be a very good hunter. You have to get really close to the game, you know, and even then, it's hard to bring it down. And then when you're eating it, it's not like the food that we have in the supermarket that has high fat. It's lean meat. It's the fat in the meat that makes it taste good. Our brains are programmed to love fat because there's not a lot of it in nature. Our brains are programmed to love sugar because there's not a lot of it naturally in nature. Sugar in nature comes in the form of honey. You have to fight the bears and the bees to get a small amount. And it comes in the form of sugar beets or sugar cane. Both of those have a lot of fiber in them. You can't just have sugar from them. So if we went back to nature and said, okay, I want to sweeten my drink, you'd have to cut up a piece of sugar beet or a piece of sugar cane and try to leach out a little of the sugar. When you start processing food, it becomes high in calories and much less in nutritional value.